Before there were Widens and Drogas and Lavoies, before the McDonald's brothers grilled their first burger, and even before Chateau de Tofu Castle was a gleam in David Ogilvy's eye, America's ad council was kicking butt. Its story began in the late autumn of 1941 when a cabal of ad execs, led by J. Walter Thompson VP James Webb Young, agreed it would be timely to create a body that would generate advertising for the common good. And timely it was. Just a few days later, Pearl Harbor was attacked. And right on cue, the new nonprofit rolled up its sleeves and went to work. Major agencies stepped up, donating time and talent to sell war bonds, the Red Cross, and impart tips on civil defense. To this day, a generation hasn't passed who hasn't been influenced by an iconic ad council campaign. Consider the taglines. Loose lips sink ships. Only you can prevent forest fires. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Friends don't let friends drive drunk. And okay, we'll give them a mulligan for just say no to drugs. On Earth Day, 1971, the Ad Council debuted what would become one of its crown jewels, the legendary Crying Indian anti-littering PSA. Who cared that its star Iron Eyes Cody was born Espera de Corti, evidently from a First Nation somewhere in Italy? It didn't matter. An entire generation would get the message. Extra points if you identify the dulcet tones of the great Bill Conrad.
People start pollution. People can stop it.
Today, the Ad Council remains one of the world's mightiest media channels, each year accounting for about $1.8 billion in media, all donated. With creative by the creme de la creme of the marketing world, including Coca-Cola marketing chief Wendy Clark, who approached the Ad Council with an idea for this PSA about universal acceptance. Co-conspiring with RGA, they created Love Has No Limits, with a view count now well north of 54 million. What's extraordinary about the Ad Council isn't so much its legacy of iconic campaigns, so much as the fact that it exists at all. It's a benevolent dinosaur, a throwback to those dark war years when the world's most competitive industry thought nothing of putting rivalries aside and uniting for a common good. And while Canada's marketing community creates spectacular pro bono works, Canada is not likely to beget a PSA channel a tenth as mighty as the Ad Council anytime soon. For now, we lack the critical mass to give such a channel a life of its own, just as we lack, for now, a social climate wherein rivals might drop their shields in the interest of a cause greater than themselves. Until that day, the best we can do is admire a Roosevelt-era throwback, conceived years before Bill Bernbach would write, "All of us who professionally use the mass media are shapers of society. We can vulgarize that society, we can brutalize it, or we can help lift it onto a higher level." Not bad for an ad man. I'm Mike Tennant.